me, interviews are like a chess game.
Yeah.
So it's for you to direct the panel to what you want to talk about.
Yes.
Talk about. Hi, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Anita and I mainly post content about grad school applications. In today's video, we are joined by my friend Waithera.
Hi.
If you don't know Waithera, check out previous videos I've done with her and that feature her grad school application journey. I will leave links in the description box,
yes,
as well as somewhere on the screen here. For today's video, we're going to talk about our admission interview. So Waithera was admitted to do a PhD in polymer chemistry at the University of Connecticut, and I was admitted to do a Master of Science in International Health and Tropical Medicine at the University of Oxford. Yes, so both of us had to do admission interviews before getting in, and we're going to talk about that whole process.
Yes.
Cool?
Yes.
Okay, so to begin with, we shall start with the timelines. Like, when did you submit your application? When did you receive the invite for the interview? Like, how long did that take? And after you received the interview, how long did you have to prepare before the actual day?
Yeah, so I think I told you this last time, but my application didn't take so long, particularly for UConn, because I submitted my application sometime in January, and in like a week I had already gotten my interview invitation, and my interview invitation was scheduled for 2 weeks from when I sent my application. So for me, I think that was I was actually surprised, because initially, like during my previous application process, I never got to the interviewing stage, except for one, which took so long. It took so long after it was Cambridge. So Cambridge took like a month.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, it took like a month before I got my invitation for like the interview and everything. But then now with UConn, it took 2 weeks. I was like, is this thing real? Is it from UConn? Like, yeah. So I had 2 weeks to prepare, and being a perfectionist, being a person who aims and strives for excellence, I knew I immediately had to start preparing for like the interview, because that's another hurdle you have to pass after you've submitted your application, the interview stage. So yeah, I had 2 weeks to prepare.
2 weeks. Okay. So, okay, for me, as you've mentioned, Cambridge, Oxford is just another whole world. So I submitted my application in December, and then I got my invite for the interview a month later. So in January, I think 10th. So the invite came at night, like at 11 p.m. January 10th. So I read it in the morning, January 11th.
Oh yeah, 11.
And the interview was for 13th. So I had 2 days to prepare. For those 2 weeks, what did you do to prepare? Did you have mock interviews, questions, basically everything you did to prepare for the interview?
Yeah, so for me, I think because I knew, so my previous job had me do interviews a lot for guys who wanted to join the company, and so I knew interviews, whether academic or work, are not a joke. So I just went to YouTube and started like Googling and searching grad school admission interviews, and actually got to see the type of questions that are asked, how to answer them, because that's also important, because you should always, like when you're answering, you should be concise, but like encapsulate everything. Yeah, and I used YouTube as my main source of knowledge, if I may say that. Yeah. So for me, one of the key channels that I really liked was this Mexican guy called Ivan Valdivanos. His content is really nice, especially for the interviews, and so that's what I used to write my own answers to my questions. And then one important thing when you're answering your interview questions is to always tie it back to the personal statement letter. So also rereading your personal statement and seeing what you wrote to the admissions board, and then now finding a way to incorporate those statements in your answers for the interview.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you do any mock interviews?
I didn't do any mock. Okay, I did a mock interview with Steve. Other than that, I didn't do a mock interview because most guys charge for mock interviews, and I remember I was being told $150. That's a lot for one mock interview.
It is.
Yeah, but then also because it wasn't a Kenyan, because there's no
okay.
Kenyan offering the service. Sadly.
Yeah.
So the person who I reached out to Ivan actually, and unfortunately it was expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. So for my end, for my 2 days, so the first day, I spent it online. Okay, so when I got the message, I told my boss, because he had been very instrumental in my application journey. So, and he's a professor at Edinburgh, so he knows these things. Yeah. So I told him, and he told me for the first day I should go online and research any questions I can find from Oxford interviews, and then prepare a list of mock questions, and then the next day we will do mock with him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the first day I spent it online watching Oxford in videos. I found a few actually by the Oxford Graduate School YouTube channel. Yeah, it has a few
people.
Yeah, they try. Yeah. So I found that, and I wrote down the questions they said they got. But the problem is most of the people there were from different departments, and for grad school the questions sometimes differ by department. Yes, but I tried to get like generic questions, and then I wrote them down and possible answers I could give. So now the next day, now on the Tuesday, I did the mock interview with him, and he gave me feedback. Like for each question, after answering, he told me like, this one I would prefer you do this. He actually really helped. Everything in terms of answering questions, confidence, everything, what to explain, what to bring out more. Because he told me interviews are like a chess game. So it's for you to direct the panel to what you want to talk about.
And you have to be confident.
Very true. You have to show them that you know what you want and why you want to go there. So also I did another mock interview over the phone with my mentor, the one who was at London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, and my sister as well. And then just pep talks now. With the family.
It's very important. Honestly, preparations for interviews, I feel like it's the most underrated things.
So the questions that you used to prepare and the questions that came, did you have some that you had in your preparation that came? Oh, good for you. So because your questions were the same, we'll get to them later now when we come to the questions. But for me, the questions I used to prepare, the ones I got online and everywhere, and the ones I did during my 2 mock interviews, not one question came in the interview, because the ones I used to prepare are the ones I expected. Like, for example, tell us about yourself. Why did you choose Oxford? Why did you choose this course? What work have you been involved in the past? What are your research interests? And then those are and then one I got from the Oxford website was, given the intensive nature of the course, tell us how you will handle balancing competing priorities. I felt like it was different, and I really prepared for it. We shall get into what came.